What are we feeding these you? Gone off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we teaching these you? Gone off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these you? Gone off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we teaching these you? Stop entertaining you after the court. They make it off the hood and not play sports. Headphones on with the nonsense switch out when they see nonsense toys. I eat Compton with DJ Lawson, Rich Hardy trying to teach them something. Education, gentrification, automation, hydro, that's slave shit. True empowerment, I hope deferred over what's preferred. True spoken words. At your own pace, destroy the rat race. Slave strength, don't play your face. Fantasies what they want. Reality's what they need. Music changing lives, collaborate out the ID. Stop being blind and see right through. Connect with positive social groups. Find the cause that's important to you. Stop over-sexualizing these youth. Lead from example, they watching you. Disappointed and they tired of being low and not having the right tools to make them grow. The parents don't know it, yes it shows. Gone off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these you? Gone off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we teaching you? Gone off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these you? Gone off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we teaching these you? So long.
Y'all give me a second, yeah.
Come on off that sugar and pull it at you.
Y'all give me a second here to load it up.
What are we teaching you?
In a hot second.
Come off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these you? Go on off that sugar and pull it at you.
Give me a second, y'all, to load it up.
What are we teaching these you? The
State of the Union, the State of the Union, playing the seats to begin to Bristol, waters from Detroit, Backles, lay under the rebuild that amplify your voice, please don't shoot.
Give me a second to load it up, y'all. Running a little bit late here.
We want answers on process. It ain't right, the water ain't right, how it's going to try to drop the lane. Stop eating, because I would kill that lane. Are we really in need or drink the new need? I'ma tell you, like somebody told me, stay away from the ways of the world. No, we're gonna catch or rule everything around me. Kids need juice like toxic food, lots of food juice from toxic food. To find our own cool Nipseys. Cycle hate, generation of rage, get our minds up the case, break this, so cheap. Stress, already feels you. Pockets, and play this in my coffee shop, out niggas can't lean, it's how raw.
Come on off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these you? Go on off that sugar and pull it at you.
Give me a second, y'all.
What are we
Loading up.
teaching these you? Go on off that sugar and pull it at you.
Running a little bit late. We got some serious things going on. You know, I just want to share a little bit.
What are we teaching these you?
Stop entertaining you after the court. They make it off the hood and not play sports. Headphones on with the nonsense switch out when they see nonsense toys. I eat Compton with DJ Lawson, Rich Hardy trying to teach them something. Education, gentrification, automation, hydro, that's slave shit. True empowerment, I hope deferred over what's preferred. True spoken words. At your own pace, destroy the rat race. Slave strength, don't play your face. Fantasies what they want. Reality's what they need. Music changing lives, collaborate out the ID. So stop being blind and see right through. Connect with positive social groups. Find the cause that's important to you. Stop over-sexualizing these youth. Lead from example, they watching you. Disappointed and they tired of being low and not having the right tools to make them grow. The parents don't know it, yes it shows.
Come on off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these youth? Blowing off that sugar and pull it at you.
What are we feeding these youth?
What are we teaching these youth?
What are we teaching
Blowing off that
these
sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these youth? Blowing off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we teaching these youth? That sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these youth? Blowing off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we teaching these youth? Blowing off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these youth?
Oh, that phone like you already got that.
What are we teaching these youth? So long.
What's going on, family? I'm loading it up a little bit. Give me a hot second. What you talking about the battery low? What are we missing about Nipsey? Y'all know I've been putting out fires, been ripping and running all night. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of BS going on, you know, about BAM. So I just wanted to kind of bring it in and, you know, just talk about it from a different perspective. Just my opinion. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, you know, I always try to shed some light on things. What are we missing about Nipsey Hussle? All right. I ran in late. I've been on the phone all day, talking to people all day, putting out fires all day because people be jumping to conclusions. People is trying to create a war out here, all that kind of stupid stuff. Y'all don't know. We first of all, we want to send out our respects to, you know, Nipsey Hussle's family. You know, rest in peace to our brother. Give me a second. I want to. You know, we lost a real one, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean by real. Hold on.
Come on off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these youth? Come off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we teaching these youth? Come off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we feeding these youth? Come off that sugar and pull it at you. What are we teaching these youth?
The state of the union, the state of the union, like the CCTV, the twist your waters from decreased battles.
My friend made the song and put me in the song, y'all. They say you can't do your live. Let me make a song with you. Shout out to T. I appreciate it. But yeah, I want to, y'all know I don't be messing with just anybody music. I like positive music, you know what I'm saying? Because imagery is everything. So what's going on, family? How y'all doing? I want to talk about let me turn that down a little bit. So yeah, as y'all know, Nipsey Hussle was murdered. You know, 33 years old, rap star. I call him he's gonna be a neighborhood legend. Why is that? Because not too many people who become successful come back to the community to give back, you know? So he's a neighborhood legend because he actually gave back to the community. He cared about his people. He came back and created jobs, you know. So y'all already know all y'all know about him. So I want to talk about the positive things the brother did. And then I'm gonna go in and talk about the part that most people was missing. I'm gonna give y'all a little background about me. Will give me the right to talk about some of the things that I talk about. You know, it's like the media is jumping out saying it was gang related. Okay, well, let's look at it like this. Anytime a black person in LA get murdered, it's always gang related per the media, zero investigations, right? So we got to look at it like that. No matter what happened, we got football players that ain't never gang banged a day in their life, children that ain't never did nothing wrong a day in their life. All of a sudden, something happened randomly, they get killed. They write it off as, oh, it's gang related. And the perception of that to the world says, oh, that young man must have been a gang member. So why should we feel sorry for him? I'm still pushing buttons, y'all. Give me a second. Where y'all at YouTube? Type in what city, state you're in, say hi or something, hotel, greetings, you know, salutations, whatever you are, whatever you feel. You know what I'm saying? Tell us where you are so I can know where what's going on. We got quite a few people on here. So anyway, I ain't gonna try to call out everybody's names, but I just wanted to go in and talk about what's going on with our brother you know, Nipsey. Rest in peace again. So a little bit about my background, you know, so I can you got different stories of what's going on. Yeah, brother was definitely special. You know what I'm saying? He was an amazing young man. You know what I'm saying? We chopped it up a lot and he had a lot to say and he got a lot from me. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot from him because I appreciate people who come from the neighborhood, who keep it real, who come from the neighborhood, made it good, and never really left the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Come back looking out for the homeboys, creating jobs in the neighborhood, going to schools and talking to young people, you know. So I appreciated that. So we got to give much respect for anybody. Them the only kind of people who I respect is people who come back and give back. You know, spend some time motivating these young people so they won't have to go through this drama. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kind of just dive into it. Matter of fact, I had some notes over here, things that I wanted to talk about, that I wanted to stick with. So anyway, me. Y'all probably seen people been on my page sharing that video about Dr. Sabi, me and Dr. Sabi. Y'all know Dr. Sabi was my Jegna or my coach or whatever, my mentor, whatever y'all want to call it. You know, different people call it different names. Conscious people call it Jegna. Regular, everyday people call it coach or mentor. You know what I'm saying? It depends on who you're talking to. So I call it Jegna, you know, because I know what that really means, etc. But yes, Dr. Sabi was my Jegna. He was coaching me and helping me to take things to another level. So that's why you'll see, yes, I've been getting a lot of phone calls. Yes, people been sharing the video, you know what I'm saying? Yes, all that good stuff. But anyway, that's another brother we got to keep going. So Nipsey was working on a documentary with Dr. Sabi, and he put that out there. So a lot of people immediately jumped to the conclusion that's why he got murdered. Okay, that could play a major part of it. Yes, that's absolutely could play a major part in that. But let's also look at it like this. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all something on the end that I want y'all to think about. So I want to talk about it a little bit. Dr. Sabi, yeah, he cured AIDS, cancer, diabetes, herpes, you name it, he cured it, period. Every ailment that the human body had, he already cured that, had that figured out. They already know that, yes, he ended up murdered himself. So that Nipsey was going to do some amazing thing make a documentary about him. So when he said that he was going to do that, yes, people knew that was going to be a problem and possibly be a problem. But I want to look at it like this, family. When you look at Nipsey Hussle, and yes, he's making a documentary about Dr. Sebi. Okay, well, Dr. Sebi cured all those diseases, right? But basically what Dr. Sebi was saying, when you cure, what causes all those diseases? Eating bad. Eating bad. So hold on. Instagram, give me a second. I don't know why this thing decided it wants to. I don't even know if this thing plugged up. Instagram, if it cut y'all off, I'll figure it out and cut it back on in a little bit. If y'all can share this video, I appreciate it. Dr. Sebi, yes, he cured all of those things, but he also told us that we got to eat right. We got to eat. It's best to be a vegan, right? So fast forward the story. I was just reading the article on Facebook today, shared by one of the brothers, and it said that 90% of America has become vegan because of the wrong foods. Everybody's realizing that the healthcare industry is killing people. People dying like crazy, and it's all coming down to the food, from the food. So the healthcare industries is losing money hand over fist already. They've been losing money for a long time. So if that documentary came out, it wasn't like they was going to shut down the medical system, y'all. It was not like he was going to shut it down, because when I was working with Dr. Sebi, you know what I'm saying, I became his business coach, and I was helping him with all his advertising and all the business stuff that he was dealing with. Me and him, we spoke. I worked with him for 3 months straight, and we was working on something. Fast forward the story, I asked Dr. Sebi, what is his need? What is really going on? You cured all these diseases. Okay, well, what's going on? He said, the biggest thing I'm dealing with is, you know, people feel that curing a disease is all about, that's only something biblical that happened. So some people think when they get sick that the Lord is calling them back home, so they don't want the medicine. Y'all hear that? They know about Dr. Sebi. A lot of people know he exists. A lot of people know who he is. They met him and they already know he done been to jail for curing this disease. He beat his case, blah, blah, blah. He did all that. But yet they still didn't go see him. They waited to the last minute to go see him. So you know this person got the cure to this disease, but yet you don't go see him. So a documentary coming out about his life was not going to go break the medical industry, because it's hard to break something that's been going on for hundreds of years, y'all. People, when they get sick, they go to the doctor. It ain't nothing you can do about it. I done had people say, TJ, what can help me? What do I need to do? I'll be like, man, you going to the hospital. You need to stop eating that pork. You need to stop eating that meat. And as soon as you stop eating that meat, that problem will go away. Next thing you know, they still in the hospital. And I ask them, did you stop eating the meat? They say, nah, man, I love the pork chops. I love that. I'm from down south, and that's all we eat. And I'm like, you know, you're going to die if you keep eating that. Yes, I know, TJ, I heard you, man, but my doctor said this and my doctor said that. So fast forward the story, family, getting back to the original, a documentary saying that a brother cured AIDS is not going to shut down the medical industry, purely based on the fact that the people is programmed to, anytime something go wrong, they're going to go to the doctor. They need the doctor's opinion. And that's what me and Dr. Sebi was working on. So he already knew he was not going to be able to touch everybody, period. No matter if the movie came out and you hit people with all the facts of yes, he did beat the criminal case. He did get the charges thrown out, the whole 9 yards. He may get 20% more business. But the fact remains is that stuff don't work if you don't stop eating that meat, if you don't stop eating this fake poisonous foods. Dr. Sebi said a lot of people did not like him purely based on the fact that he would tell them, you can't eat this food, or you can't eat eggs anymore. You can't eat pork chops anymore. You can't eat chicken, fried chicken and baked chicken. None of the chicken is good. You can't eat the carrot is not made from the world. So that wasn't going to break the medical system, family. That was probably going to be 20% more of their money. But fast forward the story, when I became a vegan, a vegetarian, and start eating healthy, you look at it was so hard for me back in early 90s. It was so hard for me to find something to eat positive, y'all, healthy. Now, okay, back then we didn't have grocery stores. We had the only thing vegan you can get from the grocery store was Spike, and that was a seasoning. Fast forward the story. Now we got health food grocery stores running the regular grocery stores out of business. You got Sprouts, you got Trader Joe's, you got the Whole Wheatery, places like that. They are destroying the regular health food, the regular food industry, y'all. So that was not the problem. I'm gonna talk to y'all and tell y'all what the real problem was going on. What's happening with my brother? Why, in my personal opinion, what y'all need to know of why that happened to the brother. I didn't get scared for his life when he said he was going to make that documentary. I didn't necessarily get scared for his life because I already knew the state of the food industry, the healthcare industry. I already knew the state of the industry purely based on the fact when they forced you to buy healthcare. They didn't force you to buy healthcare based on the fact that they loved us and they was really trying to help us. They forced you to buy healthcare because the healthcare industry was caving in anyway. I know that law was going to pass. So anyway, getting back to the story. Now, what people are missing about it, you know what? I'm going to rewind it back a little bit. My mind is going fast here. I'm going to rewind it back a little bit. People admitting and said they did kill Nipsey. Okay, first of all, we got people saying it's a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? And then we got people saying it ain't a conspiracy. It's going in all different directions. But I'll tell you this. First of all, you're always whenever it's a conspiracy or whenever they're trying to assassinate somebody black, it will never be a white person that did it, family. It will never be a white person that assassinate a name known brand black people, because for one thing, what's going to happen is they don't want the black world looking at them, white people, saying, y'all out here killing our leaders. If you look at TV, if you look at everything going on in America, anytime something happens, just like the movie Us, just like I didn't go see the movie, y'all. They asked me, TJ, you gonna go see that movie Us? And I said, no. They said, why not? I said, because when I looked at the commercial, all I saw was black on black crime. You got black people looking like they trying to kill themselves, black people, which is black people. So it's telling me that you're the problem. Black folks, the problem is you. White folks are not the problem. We're the problem. You're your own worst enemy. So in my mind, I didn't need to see that. So no, I didn't make it past the preview because perception is everything to me, family. I look at things and I read between the lines. Now, you may say, yes, it wasn't like that. It was a totally different movie and all of that stuff. And you should have saw it. I heard that too. But most people, for the most part, they say, no, I didn't think about it like that. You're absolutely right. The message is saying that black people's a problem. We are our own worst enemy. So what's going on with that? Now you spin that back around to what's just happened to Nipsey Hussle. They said a black man did it. So no, it's not a conspiracy. It's just black people killing black people, the same old shit. Okay, well, let's talk about that some. We already see they got Black Mask, right? They got a white man who just got arrested because he'd been robbing banks and he had a face of a black man. He had on a mask with a black face, family. When we look at most of these murders that's happening, nobody's getting caught for them. They're all going unsolved. You know why? Because they already know. Black man with a hoodie did it. It's probably somebody in that mask, but we're not going to say nothing about that. We're not going to talk about that because they don't want us to know it's really them. That's why that white dude who got arrested for the bank robberies, it was okay when you go in and shooting people in Compton, in LA, and in Atlanta, in Detroit, and all of these places, but because they were black. So that's okay. We don't need to investigate that. But now you robbing banks. Oh, we're going to investigate that. Oh, wait a minute. It's actually a white man doing that with a mask on. That's the first time it happened. So what was supposed to happen now? We were supposed to have the NAACP, all of these different black organizations were supposed to step up to the plate and cry foul. Hey, wait a minute. Who's making these masks? Are y'all investigating all the white people that feel they want to buy the mask of a black person? No, you're not. No, they're not. Did y'all know when I went on the website and looked the mask up, do y'all know they on back order? Did y'all hear what I said? The mask pretending to be a black man is on back order. So that's a whole nother perception that we got to look at right there. So what am I trying to say? Whenever we know that they're no longer trying to take the blame for what they did over the years because they've caught too much hell, it's saying, look, y'all are the problem because every time a black person got killed, every time a black leader got killed, it was always a white person. So they've removed that whole aspect, and it's all about it's going to be it's always going to be a black person who did it from now on out. Well, like I said, I didn't go watch it, family. I couldn't get past the commercials of black on black crime. That didn't look too good to me. So anyway, it's always it's always from now on out, family, it's always going to be a black on black crime because they got the mask, family. They got masks to where they can throw on a fake mask, walk in there with a hood on and murder all kind of people. And it's always going to be, it was a black man who did it. It was gang related. Close the case. Boom. Okay. That's that part. So what do I want to talk about? We want to look at it like that. Anytime something happens, it's always going to be gang related. So we have to pay attention to that and know that it don't end right there, family. We have to make them dig deeper and find out. We need to know who did that. And even when they find somebody who did that, they got people. I knew somebody. I said, as soon as this happened to Nipsey, I said, why somebody going to confess? Why something's going to happen where they're going to catch the black man with the murder weapon, the whole nine, and it's going to be gang related? Why is that going to happen? So, of course, people wake me up. TJ, did you see this video? This brother admitted it. I'm like, what gang member admits it? Every blood and Crip in LA love Nipsey Hussle. He's cool with everybody. I see Nipsey Hussle wearing red hats and red jackets and all of that. The gang banging stuff is dead. That's more to that story, family. I'm from Compton. I grew up. I know so many of these cats, y'all. You go look at the lowriders. You got Bloods and Crips hanging out on Broadway every Sunday, standing side by side, hopping they lowriders. It'd be 2,000 people out there deep. And you don't even hear a firecracker pop. You know why? Because we killed that shit a long time ago. Blood and Crip stuff died a long time ago. So that was not gang related. So what else is going on? Yeah, anytime people. So, okay, let me read through this real quick. See what else. Okay, so let's talk about what was I looking for, family? What am I looking for? I don't watch the news, so maybe y'all can help me out and tell me something. When something like that happens, I done been to the shopping center before, family, and I know that is in the hood. I know that ain't the safest place to be, and that ain't a place where I feel like getting comfortable at, right? So I know that every building over there has cameras, family. Every building in that parking lot got a camera, but yet we ain't seen the video of the assailants that did it yet. Why the videos ain't been released of the murderer, family? Y'all see what I'm saying? Where's the video at? Please, somebody tell me, did the video get released? They got about 5 cameras in that one parking lot looking at Nipsey Hussle because he's expecting to get robbed. They know he's the man and his shit is wired for sound up there. So they expecting to get robbed. So they had it wired for sound, cameras and everything. Where's the video at, family? Oh, the video ain't came out yet, have it? Anybody seen the video yet? The cameras? So why is there no video? Why is there no video at? Why is there no video? Because the video is going to tell you exactly who did it, who they looking for. What was they driving? You see what I'm saying? We ain't seen none of that. We hearing rumors. So by them not putting the video out immediately, hey, we looking for a burgundy Toyota Camry, license plate, this, that. Here's the picture of it in the parking lot park. Here's the picture of it leaving the parking lot. Here go the license plate, family. We're going to zoom in on the license plate. It's registered to blah, blah, blah. And this is the car we're looking for. Here goes the shooters walking in. We don't know. Did they have on a hoodie? Did they have on a regular shirt? Did they clearly see their faces? No. I ain't heard. They ain't telling us none of that. You know why? Because if they don't, it leaves the door open for them. What they are telling us, it was gang related. Yeah, you know, Nipsey Hussle was a Crip, so it must have been the blood. So when I look at that video, first thing I see is a dude with a red jacket on. Mentally implying it must have been the Bloods who did that. Perception is everything, family. So we got to really think about that type of stuff and look at it. They're going to set us up to make us think that we did it and it was gang related. So now I spin that back around. What was Nipsey's legacy, family? What was Nipsey's legacy? Nipsey was pushing entrepreneurship. Nipsey Hussle was one of the greatest rappers that came out as an independent, family. They had to beg him to come sign for them because he was already making money. He was already a brand. He already had his own clothing line. That ain't things that they want rappers to do. That is not things they want rappers to do, family. So let's keep this going. Let's talk about it. What is the name of Nipsey Hussle's shirt? His hats. What's the name of his clothing line? Crenshaw. Y'all hear what I just said? Crenshaw Boulevard. What is Crenshaw Boulevard? The most gentrified block in America right now. Y'all hear what I just said? The real estate on Crenshaw Boulevard is the most gentrified in America. What do I mean by the most? It is going to be the most expensive real estate in America once completed. Y'all know that? So why is that? Why is it going to be the most expensive? And what's going on? First of all, they're running a train underneath Crenshaw Boulevard, right? The train has been completed for a number of years. You can go dig deep on my Facebook page, go to Thomas T.J. Lofton and dig deep on my Facebook page, and you'll see they invited me to go look at the train because it was completed. Go down here and look, TJ, the tunnel's already completed and it's already finished. But yet 2 years later, 3 years later, why are they still working on Crenshaw Boulevard if the train has already been completed? And I personally walked through there with my video camera and put it on my Facebook so y'all can see that it was completed. But I'm going to leave that right there, family. But I'm going to tell y'all why. Because the longer that train is there, the longer that street, Crenshaw Boulevard, is blocked off like that, you're going to keep running black businesses out of business. So what's going on Crenshaw Boulevard? Crenshaw Boulevard and Slauson Boulevard is the Black Wall Street. Y'all hear what I just said? When you drive down Crenshaw Boulevard, it's primarily African-American owned businesses. You got a bunch of African-Americans who own the real estate on that block. A lot of black people who own apartment buildings and commercial buildings and mega churches is on Crenshaw Boulevard. Y'all hear what I just said? So they decide we're going to run that train right through the heart of the wealthiest black community in America. Y'all hear what I just said? Crenshaw Boulevard runs through the heart of the wealthiest black community in America. It's right there off of View Park, which is the wealthiest black community in America. Ladera Heights is on Slauson. So what am I trying to say? That real estate is prime real estate, family. That is the prime real estate in America. Why is it so prime? Because Los Angeles, y'all know I travel the country working on my book. I wrote a book. Matter of fact, where is it? Monetizing Gentrification. Hold on, let me get my book. I just got through traveling America last year. And what I found out after traveling America in 2018, I saw so much crazy stuff that I had to snap pictures of it and talk about it. I wrote this book, Monetizing Gentrification, so I can explain to y'all what's going on around the country. so y'all can understand what is happening in America. Why did Nipsey Hussle get murdered? And we're going to talk about that, family. Nipsey Hussle, okay, to make real estate go down, gang violence pushes home prices down, family. Gang violence pushes prices of real estate down through the roof, family. So the more gang violence you have, the cheaper the real estate is in that area. Y'all hear what I just said? So what's going on? We don't really have gang violence because you go on, man, what's that street I just mentioned? Broadway. You got all the Bloods and Crips over there in large numbers, side by side, hopping lowriders and enjoying each other's cars. So why are they on the news pushing gang violence? We trying to stop the gang violence and all of this stuff. Why is that when the lowriders, we already won, we already communicating, we all hanging out together. Anytime there's a problem, we all communicating about the problem. And they all saying, nope, it wasn't us. And if it was them, they're saying, we dealing with it. We're going to fix that. He's going to turn himself in because we don't need that kind of drama. We don't need a gang violence. We don't need gang violence. So again, let's rewind and go back to gang violence pushes real estate prices down, family. Los Angeles, like I said, after I traveled America, I went to 15 states in 2018 to write this book. I got all that information, all that data, all those pictures, and all the strategies that they're using to get Black folks out of these houses all over America, right? Gang violence is the main one that they're using to get Black folks out of these communities, family. They say that the gang violence is so bad, we're going to need to go in there and with these gang injunctions, we're going to go after the criminals and all of that stuff. So all of a sudden, somebody ride through the community with a mask on, do some drive-bys, all of a sudden, yep, it was those gang members over there. Now they're going to get some gang injunctions and go after those guys. And what be happening? They raid in all the wrong houses, all kind of crazy stuff. But what ends up happening is those homeowners decide, this is too bad out here, it's unsafe, I'm going to just sell my house and move away. But going out all around America, family, what did I find out? I found out that Los Angeles real estate is the most valuable real estate in America. Y'all know why? Los Angeles real estate is the most valuable real estate in America, purely based on the weather, family. All over America, the weather is too cold. It's freezing all over America. It's either too cold or it's too hot. It's raining 7 days straight in the middle of the summer. It's crazy on the East Coast, but when you come back to LA, everything is normal. It's a wonderful world out here. You can go to football games 12 months a year. You can go ride your jet skis, 45 minutes, you are snowing, go ride your snowmobile. You can take your skis out, the whole nine. LA has the most beautiful weather in America, and other folks that don't look like us want it back. They want to move back to LA. Now, if you got a large number of African-American homeowners, which Nipsey Hussle's shop, the Marathon, sits in the base of the wealthiest Black community in America, View Park. Y'all hear that? So I'm kind of all over the place because I got a lot on my mind. But Nipsey's Hussle store set at the bottom of View Park, family. That is going to be the most lucrative gentrification job in America because the houses that set in View Park, they sit on top of a hill overlooking the city, looking at the Hollywood sign, family, and they priced that of below $1 million. Now, if you go to Beverly Hills, which has houses that look at the Hollywood sign, they got $20 million, $30 million, $50 million, $100 million houses looking at the Hollywood sign. And that Hollywood sign is a major tourist destination. So they know that if we can gentrify View Park, Ladera Heights, and Windsor Hills, which is the heart of the wealthiest Black communities in America, we're going to be able to sell those houses for 20 and 30 and 40, $100 million. They're going to tear most of them down and put up bigger ones, right? So how do you go about doing that, family? How do you get these wealthy Black people to sell their beautiful view homes that's 15 minutes from the airport, that's 20 minutes from the beach, that's 15 to 20 minutes away from every and anything that you can possibly want to do? How can you get these Black people to sell their homes? Let's think about that. Okay, in Flint, Michigan, the water is all bad. Y'all hear what I just said? Bad water will make everybody get mad and move out of their community. Oh, the water is coming out the tap brown, and you still got to pay that water bill. Or you don't, they're going to cut it off even though they know the water's bad. That is a sign of gentrification, family. Okay, other countries, the levee break. I'm sorry, other cities, the levee breaks. Now it floods out the black community. That's a good way to get people out of those houses, family. So me and my partners, you know, I'm a real big real estate investor and a teacher and trainer and coach and very well versed in real estate, family. Like I said, that's why I wrote the book so that y'all can understand it. Matter of fact, if you want it, ThomasTJLofton.com. Go to my website, $31.95 to your door. Monetizing gentrification and building black ownership. It's an economics book, family, and it's about strategies and things that you need solutions to gentrification and how to make money off gentrification, because I've seen this coming. So getting back to the story, me and my buddies have been talking, and we came to the conclusion that by 2020, there will be no more African Americans. The large number of African Americans that live there will be absolutely in reverse. It will be the absolute reverse. There will not be any more African Americans in Los Angeles by 2020. Y'all know that's next year, right? So what is happening? Me and my buddies, we've been trying to figure out what are they going to do to force all of these African Americans to sell? What are they going to do? How are they going to convince all these wealthy black people, the wealthiest black people in America? How are they going to convince the wealthiest black people in America to sell their beautiful homes that sit on top of the hill, that's 15 minutes from the beach, that's 15 minutes from the airport or whatever? How are they going to convince them people to sell them beautiful homes that is looking at the Hollywood sign, family? How are they going to get them to sell them homes that's convenient to any and everything, that's 10 minutes from downtown LA, the job capital of the world? How are they going to get those people to sell their homes? The white folks are the ones who moved all the way out. White folks do not live right here in LA. White folks live 45 minutes away. They way up in Beverly Hills. They up in Ventura. They up in Corona. They always on the freeway having problems, family. But they commuting into LA 45 minutes to an hour and a half to get to work every day, and they tired of it. But black people who live in LA, they sleep till 8 o'clock, 8:30, and then jump on the freeway and be at work by 9. White folks, that don't happen for them. They ain't got it that easy no more. So they realized, they said, look, we want that back. We want that area back. So again, how are they going to get the people in LA, the wealthiest community, to sell all their property? And I'm going to get to Nipsey Hussle in a minute, family. So we've been talking about how are they going to do that? How are they going to convince all these black people to sell their properties? They did Flint, Michigan, by jacking up the water. Yes, LA got a water problem too, but it just ain't been exposed yet. They ain't talking about it yet. It ain't like Flint, Michigan, though. How are they going to get it? Okay, well, we don't necessarily have a levee or a dam, but we used to, and it broke back in the days and messed up the black community back in the days too. This ain't nothing new, family. This is just a form of gentrification. So what else is going on? How are they going to get the black people out of this area? We've been sitting around waiting. Boom, opportunity zones pop up. Take your tax dollars after selling your house. If you come into this zip code right here, which we've deemed an opportunity zone, you will not have to pay those taxes back if you build something in those areas. Anytime you build something in an area, that pushes the prices up of the real estate. Now people see that, oh, I got $200,000 in equity, I'm going to sell. Well, guess what? They're not trying to make everybody rich, family. So they're trying to figure out how can we get these blacks out of there, because not everybody is falling for it. They like, I don't need the 100. I don't need the $1 million. I don't need the money. I'm not selling my house. I'm not leaving California. I'm not leaving LA because I got a good job. All my family's here. All my children's here. I'm convenient to all my friends. I'm not selling my house. It's paid off, so I don't need the money. You know what I'm saying? They don't need it. They good. People in LA got a lot of money, whether they want to admit it or not, family. Trust me, I know. So what are they doing now? Okay, let's ramp up the gang violence. What's been going on? Y'all know my background. I'm a celebrity car builder. I build a lot of lowriders for people, right? rap lowriders that made its way to rap videos and TV shows, whatever. Y'all know I'll be a part of that, right? What are they doing? They trying to tie in the lowriders to gang violence, right? They're saying we need to stop the gang violence in LA. We need to stop these killings. What killings are you talking about? You mean those unsolved murders that y'all ain't never figured out who did it, and then the ones who did, that y'all said that did it, they really didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? They admitted that they did it, even though they didn't do it. Stuff like that happened, family. You know, when we talk to people, it don't add up. And then when we ask the people, did you do it? It was like somebody put them up to doing it. Y'all hear that? So, okay, well, that's a good way to get people out this area. But again, anytime you have gang violence, you're pushing the property values down. So anyway, I'm going to spin this back around and we're going to talk about Nipsey Hussle. What do all of that got to do with Nipsey Hussle, family? A prime way of getting folks to sell their houses is by putting gang violence in the neighborhood, having drive-by shootings, making people feel unsafe. That's a prime way to do that. So they turn around and say, this is gang violence. Over here, your house is not worth that much money. Then they turn around and say, your house is undervalued because of the gang violence. So now, every time you look at the news, it's crime, it's crime, it's crime. So I don't want to live in that area, because every time you see this house, this neighborhood in this area, it's always something about gang violence. So you're like, I don't want that area. So that keeps the housing prices down. So now here comes Mr. Nipsey Hussle. He comes into the most heavily about to be gentrified city in America, the golden triangle, the golden egg of real estate, the golden bar. This is the oil, the big kahuna of gentrification, because every millionaire and billionaire wants to live in LA purely based on the weather. Y'all hear that? Purely based on the weather. So here goes Mr. Nipsey Hussle, the guy that's the most influential rapper. This guy is a #1 influencer. I looked at the thing about his death on there, and his last post, he got 8 million people on Facebook that looked at that post. I looked at his last post, family. It was 8 million people was on Facebook that said, looked at that post to see what was the last post that Nipsey Hussle made. I personally saw that with my own eyes. 8 million people this morning looked at his page to see what was the last post he made. 8 million people. That's an influencer, family. So when Nipsey Hussle started rapping about the most gentrified city in America when he made a t-shirt talking about Black Wall Street, he started bringing positive vibes back to Black Wall Street. And now Black people from all over the world says, oh my goodness, Nipsey Hussle is in Los Angeles on Slauson off of Crenshaw, in that Black neighborhood that we thought was so bad. Let me find my water. Hold on. So Nipsey Hussle brings positive energy to that block. Now you got people from all around the world who hear Nipsey Hussle's rap, who love him, his devoted fans who love this guy. Instagram, I don't know where we at. Hold on one second, Instagram. Let me look at this. Y'all share this video for me, please. Well, say the videos. It say it's cool, but it's acting funny like the battery is low. So Nipsey Hussle single-handedly, okay, let me rewind back a little bit. Crenshaw Boulevard is the heart, y'all hear what I said, is the heart of Black America, the wealthiest Black community in America. Some of the people who drive up Crenshaw Boulevard are some of the wealthiest Black people in America. Crenshaw Boulevard is the main street to the homes that are off in the wealthiest Black communities Crenshaw Boulevard is the major cross street and Slauson Boulevard is the major cross streets of some of the most expensive homes in the Black community and some of the most wealthiest Black people in America, family. No, not some of them. The most wealthiest Black people in America live in that vicinity off of Crenshaw and Slauson Boulevard. So the goal has always been to break up the Black community, get them out of there so that we can gentrify this area and make money off of this area, because all these tech companies, this Silicon Valley people that is so expensive up in Palo Alto, California, they're moving down to LA, and the nicest, most affordable area is Los Angeles, California, and they want to live in that area. So them people ain't trying to sell their houses because they got money. They don't need the money, really. So they've been trying to figure out how to get rid of them people, right? So they have to get rid of that street. So first they put the train. They've been doing the drive-by shootings, the gang violence. They've been running that one for over a decade, and it have not worked. All the Black people are not budging, family. They can't get enough of them to move. They like, nope, we don't have that kind of problem. There ain't no shootings. We don't mess with Crenshaw. Them guys ain't messing with us. So they left that alone. So then they decide we're going to run the train under Crenshaw Boulevard, family. We're going to block it off. We're going to bust the streets open, and you're definitely going to get a flat. You're going to mess up your rims. You're going to get your car dirty trying to drive down Crenshaw, family. And how long has that been going? That's been going almost 5 years plus now that they've been messing up Crenshaw Boulevard. Since I was in Leimert Park in 2013, family, Crenshaw Boulevard been messed up. So what is that? If you look all around the country, whenever a Black person does something or opens something big or owns some type of businesses, white America decides we need to fix the street in front of that business, and we're going to bust it up for a couple years. They had a brother who opened a Black grocery store in Atlanta, Georgia. As soon as the Black grocery store opened, I heard a month later, the city decided to work on the front of the grocery store, work on that block, and totally redo that street. But nowhere else in the city was getting a new block, was getting any street repairs done. So the whole time that grocery store was there, it was there over a year and a half. They was working on the street over a year and a half, family, and the grocery store ran out of business. Y'all hear what I just said? So that is the big strategy during gentrification. Y'all hear what I just said? That is a strategy during gentrification that they use to run Black people out of business. So now, because that ain't really necessarily working, Black people have rediverted and decided we're going to drive down the other street, but I'm still not selling my home. I don't care about the gang violence. They're not bothering me. They're not affecting me and my family. I don't care about Crenshaw Boulevard. I'm not going to go to the businesses over there, but I'm keeping my house. But guess what? Yes, the Black businesses are struggling. Every month we losing probably an average of 10 Black businesses because of gentrification, because of that train is going down Crenshaw Boulevard. So what else is going on? Now, again, this is the most sought after real estate in America, family. They want Los Angeles. Y'all know I do a lot of meetings. I do a lot of community meetings and things like that. I've talked to a lot of developers, and one of the big developer people said there is projected that by 2050, there are going to be 10 million more people in Los Angeles by 2050, family. Y'all hear what I just said? Now you look at Inglewood, California, which is right next door. You got the new football stadiums. You got the new basketball stadium. All that stuff is coming up, whole new cities, whole new areas right there in the middle of a Black community, family. So all of that is affecting that they want us out of here. They want us out of here, and it's making it very clear, family. So now here we go again. Now they have a whole new blueprint of what they're going to do with Crenshaw Boulevard. They got a whole new blueprint of where are all these wealthy basketball and football players, these wealthy tech gurus going to live. They want to live in View Park. They want to live in Ladera Heights. They want to live in Windsor Hills because they want to see the Hollywood sign affordably. They want to move in there with their $50 million contracts, come in there and buy the houses cheap and tear it down. They bought this house looking at the Hollywood sign for $1 million. They bulldozed it, turned around and put another $1 million and built their dreams 6,000 square foot house looking at the Hollywood sign, family. 7,500. They don't care. They'll buy two houses for $2 million, tear them down, put up a 15,000 square foot house looking at the Hollywood signs, and it's still going to be 10 times cheaper than it would have been to move to Hollywood or Beverly Hills. Y'all hear what I just said? Do you hear what I just said? You go to Hollywood or Beverly Hills, you're paying 30 million, 40 million, 100 million. Y'all remember Jay-Z and Beyonce went a couple years looking for $1 million house and couldn't find one until finally they found one for $88 million. Y'all hear what I just said? Y'all remember Oprah Winfrey bought a mansion out that way for $90 million. Y'all hear what I said? This is the cost of houses. So to come to the middle of the Black community and find the same view top on top of a mountain looking over the city, and this one looks at the beach. Some of them houses up there can see the ocean, family. At the top of the mountain, they see the ocean. So you come up there and drop 2 or 3 million and buy you a couple of houses and put another 3 million, and now you got the biggest, baddest house looking at the ocean, and you did it all for under 6 or 7 million? You just saved yourself 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars, right? Tech guys moving back here, they taking over LA. So getting back to Nipsey Hussle decided he's going to buy the building in his community. He's going to invest in his real estate in that Black community around his shop, right? He's going to put his Marathon clothing store there. Now you're coming into the most gentrified area in America, where they're systematically coming up with strategies and blueprints on how we gonna get these guys out of here. They don't need the biggest rapper, one of the biggest rappers in the game with probably the #1 selling album, moving into that most gentrified area in America. That's going to be the most wealthiest area in America with the best weather in America, family. Y'all hear what I just said? Real quick. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in DC. I was in New York. I was in DC. When I got to DC, as soon as I flew in, they shut the airport down. What the hell was that about? Man, it's a storm coming in, TJ. It's an ice storm out here. You better get to your hotel. I'm like, what the hell? I can't even do nothing. I'm freezing to death. All of a sudden, another time I go in there, TJ, it's a state of emergency. You need to get the hell out of DC. You need to get out of there, man. You in Maryland, you need to get the hell out of Maryland because in Virginia there's a hurricane coming in. What? What's the state of emergency? TJ, get the hell out of there. So I jump on the plane, I shoot down to Georgia. I get to Georgia, I land. They say, TJ, they just extended the state of emergency from Virginia in DC or Maryland to Atlanta now, to Georgia. So now they done already evacuated the people from South Carolina pretty much and put them in hotels in Georgia. So when I go check in my hotel, you got a whole bunch of people living there that they like, oh, I'm from South Carolina. They relocated us out here while the hurricane is here. This is like the norm to them. This is the norm. But me from Compton, from LA, the gang capital that they say, I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on. I can't deal with this. Get me back to Compton. They like, TJ, man, y'all got earthquakes and gang violence. I'm like, where y'all get that from? Oh man, the news said this, the news said that. I'm like, dude, if it was that dangerous, I would not be going back out there. It ain't like that. That's the news, man. So fast forward the story, they looking at it like, wow. So me going to the East Coast, I couldn't grasp the effects of what is a state emergency. I'm like, aren't we still going to go hang out? They like, TJ, no, hell no. We shutting this shit down. A state emergency means shut it down. We don't have state emergencies in California. I ain't never heard of that. I will wake up in the morning and people be like, TJ, did you feel the earthquake? I'll be like, no, I slept through it. I didn't know they had an earthquake. Are we still taking the boats out? They be like, yeah, I'm on the way. Meet me at the lake. We're going to pick you up and go out on the lake. We're going to take the boat and we're going to shoot over to Catalina Island. Are y'all still going to the football game? Yeah, I got box season passes. We don't miss a beat in LA, family. So the wealthy people, I'm not saying that to brag, but the wealthy people from all around America saying we want to live in LA. We getting tired of freezing our asses off. We getting tired of commuting. We getting tired of all of the high price homes. We want to move to that black community, and y'all put all them black people out of there. What is that neighborhood called? The Jungles, right? The Jungles was a 99% African-American community, family, 2 years ago. Now it's 90% white now. They turned that around real quick. So, okay, get back to Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle opens up a black business in the community. Now you got people, his fans, flying in from all around the world because they hear that a celebrity named, my favorite rapper named Nipsey Hussle, with this sister, this other celebrity, married to her or they dating, whichever, they'd be right here on Slauson. I'm going to go buy me a Crenshaw shirt. You got people flying from all around America, all around the world to go to Crenshaw in Slauson to Marathon owned by Nipsey Hussle and say, I want to buy me a Crenshaw shirt. That has become a tourist destination, family. Y'all look up, y'all research the word tourist destination, meaning what are other tourist destinations? Let me break that down for y'all real quick. Let me give you an example of other tourist destinations. Magic Mountain is a tourist destination. Disneyland is a tourist destination. Disney World in Florida is a tourist destination. The Dodger Stadium is a tourist destination. Y'all hear what I just said? Whenever you have large amounts of people flying in from around the world that want to go visit somewhere or want to go spend some money somewhere, that makes it a tourist destination. Tourist destinations real estate is prime real estate. It goes through the roof. So Nipsey Hussle brought exposure to the most gentrified neighborhood in America that's going to make the gentrifiers the wealthiest people in the world. Y'all hear that? So fast forward the story, he brought too much positive exposure to that area. So now he's not just bringing positive exposure. He's in there saying, I'm going to buy the block back. The white people who used to run me out of the parking lot, I'm going to make, they pay me rent now. Now you got children all around the world and black people with money. Like, wow, that's cool. The white people got to pay me rent. Wow. Nipsey Hussle's talking about patents and trademarks and copyrights and real estate ownership and investments. And now you got all these people that he listened to, that listen to him, all his fans saying, damn, man, maybe I'm going to buy me a house too. What is rappers? Rappers are influencers. What does influencer mean? They're going to influence you to do something. So what has the influence has been? Oh, pack a gun, shoot somebody, smoke crack, smoke drugs, get you some meth, get you a cup with some cough syrup in it and drink that like it's Kool-Aid. That is an influencer. That has been the historical influences that's been going on with our rap music for a long time, family. It's been destroying our black communities for years. All of the young people want to be gangster rappers. They want to live that lifestyle because the rappers have been influencing them to do this dumb shit. The rappers have been influencing people to shoot people. The rappers have been influencing people to kill them. And it's not the rappers, it's the fucking labels. The labels are, this is the music we're looking for. They're not ready for this kind of music. We don't want to hear these kind of rappers. We don't want this kind of music. We want this kind of music. The world only wants gangster rap. That's what we want. That's influence. Now they're rapping about this gangster stuff. So now all the young people want to be gang members. But now you got this rapper, Nipsey Hussle. He takes his fans and flips the script on them. And he used to be talking about gang violence and murdering and drive-by, all that crazy stuff. Now Nipsey Hussle is talking about buying real estate in the most gentrified neighborhood in America. Instagram, we're gonna reset y'all in 46 seconds. So please reset before y'all please come back on. I'm gonna cut it off and cut it right back on. Let me say what's up to y'all before y'all tune out. Other than that, get my book, Thomas T.J. Loft. We're gonna pay some bills real quick before I continue. Oh. Well, I guess it did it real quick. Give me a hot second, y'all. Y'all get the book. Taryn, how you doing? Felicia, how you doing? Bro, how you doing? Montrella, how you doing? Sis, how you doing? Devonna, Juanita, Dario, Nina, Mike, Richard, Troy, Azana, Vicky, Shay, Shakan, Everett. Hope I ain't pronouncing nobody's name. Amasu, how you doing? Jarrell, what's up, family? You know what's going on out here, brother. You one of them developers, you contractor, you know what's going on up there in the Yay area. Ain't your people moving down here to LA The major corporations going from the tech capital, the what do you call it? What is it? Palo Alto, California is Northern California. Y'all please share this video. Northern California, the tech gurus, the giants, the Facebooks, the Googles, the Yahoos, the Belkins, they decided they no longer want to be tech, what do you call it? Tech Valley or whatever. What do they call it, man? How did I forget that quick? They want to be, they don't no longer want to be Silicon Valley. They want to be Silicon Beach. So they move into LA where it's very affordable, where you can buy property under $1 million. Stogie, how you doing, family? Tahita, how you doing? Malaysia, JB, Bernard, what's up? BG, Kendra, Gary, what's going on, fam? Danielle, Eunice, how you doing? Carmen, Trevera, Kim, Emil, Patrice, Erica, what'd I do? Erica Lang, Candace, Wendy, Monica, Stacy, Shonda, Mustafa, how you doing, brother? Veronique, Dennis, Jackie, Tabrisha, Ken, Katrina, Melanie, Toya, Eric, Sandra, Teresa, Shanette, Hadrian, Sandra, Toddy T, Ann. What up, sis? Jonathan, Steph, Ed, Kathy, Andre, Gerald, Jermaine, Stephanie, Jeffrey, Kanisha, Shane, Dita, what up, bro? Issa, Stephanie, how y'all doing? I appreciate y'all listening. Please share this book. You know, it's important that y'all look at this, family. It's important that y'all share this because we got a lot of silliness going on. Amethyst, how you doing? We got a lot of silliness going on where they're gonna, anytime something happens, it's always gonna be blamed on us, family. It's always gonna be black on black crime. It's always gonna be the black people are their own worst nightmares. Black people is the biggest problem. That's why we need to wipe them out. That's why we need to get rid of them. I'm sorry, YouTube. My apologies. Bree, what's up? Karna, Terrell, Studio, your brother. That's right. Bert, what's going on, YouTube? I appreciate y'all click subscribe and share. Share this with y'all friends, family. I appreciate y'all. Facebook and Instagram, if y'all can share these videos and like too as well, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can buy the book, that'd be great. And it'll bring some clarity to this, y'all. This is the things that we've been waiting on. These are the things that I've been talking about. This is the reason why I wrote the book, family. Monetizing Gentrification, family. So we're going to get into that in a minute. You want to buy the book? ThomasTJLofton.com. ThomasTJLofton, LOFTIN.com. You can buy the book. Go to my Facebook page. Go to TJ's Wealth Academy. I teach people how to monetize gentrification. I teach people the things that they're going to need to know, how they can afford to pay for $1 million house, where you ain't got to be gentrified, where you don't have to move out because they didn't raise the taxes, y'all. I teach people the game. So go to TJ's Wealth Academy on my website, Thomas TJ Lofton. If you want to book me and have me come out and speak and talk about these things, book me in this. Give me a call or go to my website and register and tell me about your event. You know, if you want me to be a coach, you want to take my training classes, go to my website, Thomas TJ Lofton. I got a half off sale on my prices. So anyway, please share the videos for me, family. I appreciate it. So again, why do I think Nipsey Hussle got murdered? When did I get scared for Nipsey Hussle? When I said, keep in mind, family, I said that Simply Wholesome and chopped it up with Nipsey a few times, explaining to him about patents and trademarks. He asked me, why you always talking about? What is that about? Brother, this is what's going on with me. This is what I did. This is what happened, brother. This is why I did this. You know what I'm saying? We chopped it a lot. We chopped it up. And I was able to talk about these things. He said, that's real important. I said, yeah. And he said, I see this in my music industry. Exactly. I said, I'm thinking about opening this kind of business. I'm thinking about opening that kind of business. You need to talk to the owner of Simply Wholesome, and he can help you with that. I can help you with this. But yes, that's a good idea, family. So Nipsey realized this is a great thing. He gonna save his hood. He say, I'm gonna be the brother. I'm gonna save my neighborhood. I'm not finna let them gentrify my neighborhood because, like I said, he said when he coaches, he said, I'm sorry, Nipsey said when he turns around and he say that's my hood, he gonna mean that. That's his hood. He owns real estate in that neighborhood. He owns things. He's helping people. He's owning businesses. So family, Nipsey Hussle is known globally. He has millions of followers from around the world. And when he decided to open the Marathon clothing store in the Black community, and he said he was going to do all these things that he was going to do, that they had nothing to do with the documentary, that's when I got scared for the brother. Y'all hear what I just said? You coming into the most gentrified neighborhood in America. I said, brother, I'm working. I said, Nipsey, I'm working on a book. I'm about to write a book about gentrification, man, to show people what's going on. And he said, let me know when you get it done. I said, I'm working on the book last year, a while back. And when I'm done, man, it's going to blow you away about how they're going to try to get us up out of here. Nipsey like, I'm opening up this, I'm going to do that, blah, 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 on Crenshaw, on Slauson, right down the street from Simply Wholesome, where I hang out at, my favorite restaurant. You see me there all the time, family. So we chopped it up a lot. So when he said that he's going to do all these businesses, I was excited and I was scared for him at the same time. But at the same time, I'm scared. They're scared for me. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because when you're doing this kind of work and helping people, you know it's going to be some things that's going to possibly happen. So that's when I started thinking about it. So by the time he got to the point and said, yeah, I want to holler at you because I heard you knew Savy. I heard you knew Dr. Savy. I want to holler at you when you get a minute. I said, cool. You know where I'll be at. Just let me know when I get back to town, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't tripping off of that. I wasn't tripping off of that part of the game. I was kind of wondering, brother, be cool because you need to start messing with them city planning meetings. And I schooled them on what was going on in LA about this real estate. That's when I got scared for Nipsey because to me, family, that was a real estate play. Nipsey Hussle had people coming from all around the world that said, I want to buy a shop right next door to Nipsey Hussle. I want to open up a business right there in that shopping center by Nipsey Hussle. People call me all the time, TJ, is there any spots on Slauson? And I'll be like, what the fuck you talking about Slauson for? Excuse my language. Oh, I'm like, oh, that's by Nipsey Hussle. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I seen Nipsey Hussle a video that was in front of his shop on Slauson. So I want to open up a business by Nipsey Hussle. And in my mind, I know that's a brilliant power play for an entrepreneur. Somebody who is doing all your advertising, all you got to do is move next door to them. They doing all the advertisement. They got all the business people coming from all around the world. Hell, I want to move next door and open a barbershop. I want to move next door and open up a smoothie spot. I want to move next door and open up a raw juice spot so I can get some of Nipsey Hussle's customers, some of his fan base of all his millions of followers who coming from around the world and want to buy a Crenshaw t-shirt. People calling me, asking me, TJ, is that a good investment if I buy something by Nipsey Hussle's spot? And when I last talked to him, I told him, no, probably a year ago or something in that neighborhood when I talked to the brother, I said, man, you know how many people call me asking me about something by your spot, something off of Crenshaw? I didn't even know he had I saw the shirt Crenshaw. I didn't even know what it was. I knew dude, but I didn't know who he was. I knew he was a rapper, but it's always rappers in Simply Wholesome. It's always celebrities in Simply Wholesome. But I'm not going to run out and go buy your song because, hey, I just met this rapper dude that's Simply Wholesome. And I don't really trip like that. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, you probably doing some crazy stuff anyway, and I'm not going to buy that because I don't do the violence and the guns and the drugs. So I didn't go. I didn't know who he really was. I didn't know he was as big as they said he was until later on, not too long ago. But when we sit down and he said, yeah, I want to do these things and I want to ask you about that, that's when I started getting scared for the brother. I said, man, if you make these kind of power moves, you're going to have to know this, and this. And that's why he said, I need to holler at you, man. I got a question. You know, so what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I said, dude, I'm working on a book and it's going to break a lot of that shit down because they want this black community back. There's too many wealthy black people living over here with these view homes. Y'all hear what I just said? View homes, homes that look over shit, that's looking over the city, homes that's in a nice area. So fast forward the story. That's when I started wondering about the brother. That's when I started thinking. I just told him, I said, brother, watch the way you move around. Just watch the way you move around. Oh man, I'm cool, man. I got my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I don't gang bang the Bloods, the Crips. I make songs and I'm cool with all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I hear you though, but that ain't your problem. You over here trying to open up and do the most in the most wealthiest Black community in America that is being systematically gentrified. Before they gentrified this neighborhood, they had to go develop the rest of America. They had to go to Atlanta, knowing Black folks is going to move back to Atlanta. So they had to go out there and do massive amounts of construction. They had to go to DC and do massive amounts of construction so that the Black folks that they gentrified from LA, that's going to get the $1.5 million or the $1 million for their house, they going to want to go somewhere. So before they could go, they had to build up the rest of the East Coast and go out there and tear that shit up and redevelop it and build brand new, bigger homes that we were accustomed to having, or that our money can say we want that. So fast forward the story. Now that that's been done, that's what made me travel the country, because I wanted to see it with my own eyes, because I knew what they was doing, y'all, because I'm an investor. I know how this goes. So fast forward the story. Went around the country, saw what's going on. I said, oh, they're coming back for us now. Boom, Google announces we're going to buy the Jordan Down projects and tear that shit down, and we're going to build a super city up in there. Google bought a neighborhood in the most gentrified Black community in America, the biggest gang-related neighborhood, the Jordan Down projects, the home of the Crips. Google bought it and said, we're going to tear it down and redo it. That's when I said, oh, they're here now. They've already announced that they're going to make power moves. They came on the news and said it's safe to come back to Compton now. We got Compton, and we're building $500,000 houses in Compton, family. Y'all hear what I just said? They are building $500,000 in Compton, where people are they allegedly still doing drive-by shootings and all that, family. Pothole capital. They building $500,000 houses. Anyway, family, so I believe personally that was a real estate play. What happened to Nipsey Hussle was a real estate play. Okay, you said, but it was a Black man who did it. Do you know how many Black people who get caught doing something crazy and they say, this is what you gonna go do, or your ass is going to prison, or are they gonna get you? You gonna go do this. The first thing they gonna do is make sure that Black people like Nipsey Hussle can't come back and be comfortable. Y'all hear what I just said? They don't want celebrities that they don't want you coming back to the community, especially when it's a gentrified community. They don't want you coming back and thinking you're going to save the community. So they put pieces in place to make that difficult. You're going to pull up in your Bentley and your Rolls and your Porsche Lamborghini. They don't want you getting comfortable because it's somebody that's in that crowd that's been paid off to stop you from coming out there. So any celebrity that you see, just like if you look on my Facebook page and you go back far enough, you'll see videos of Dr. Sabi and myself in Leimert Park hanging out. And you'll also see videos where people are confronting Dr. Sabi, trying to challenge him. You see what I'm saying? So when Dr. Sabi came to Leimert Park back in the days, I had a security team watching his back, making sure we were safe. You see what I'm saying? Because I knew who he was. So every time he came there, they always have somebody come over there and try to do something stupid. I have personally been attacked because they knew you're the reason why Dr. Sabi coming up here. You're the reason why Dr. Sabi's coming up here. So we're going to fuck with you so we can get your ass out of here so he won't come no more. That's when all of a sudden you look at my YouTube page, you'll see a video with TJ and Dr. Sabi sitting in his office. So we went from hanging in Leimert Park to now we hanging at his office. You see what I'm saying? Look up TJ and Dr. Sabi on YouTube and you'll see that video of me and Dr. Sabi at his office, and he endorsed me. He said, look, brother, you need to take this game and travel around the world and teach people this stuff that you know. So again, I had to make sure Dr. Sabi was safe because I know there's people who are paid that look like me and you to do shit to people like Nipsey Hussle. Y'all hear what I just said? To do shit that just happened like that. So no, it's never going to be a white person that running there with a white face, but it will be a white person with a mask on now. You see what I'm saying? White people got bold. Now that the masses came out, they like, fuck it, we don't need black people no more. We can run in there with a hoodie because we done already made it criminal to have a hoodie on. Anybody with a hoodie on, any black person with a hoodie is a gangbanger. Any black person with a hoodie is a problem. So anyway, family, I know the clock is ticking. I'm about to wrap this up. Anybody got any? Well, I'm sure somebody got a question, but I'm finna get up out of here. So anyway, Nipsey Hussle, I see people. Oh, and I want to talk about this real quick. Family, before y'all say stuff about what happened, be responsible. Be more responsible with your comments before you say it, because we don't need no gang wars out here. So when you jumping on the fucking Facebook Lives and Instagrams talking about, yeah, it was the Bloods or it was the Crips or it was a black person who did that, now you got people whose food supply that been cut off, and now they want some retribution. They thinking about, who do I need to go shoot up? You see what I'm saying? So don't just fall for the first person that hit the video that said, I did it. Oh, it was the Bloods. Oh, it was the Crips. Don't fall for that shit. It was an isolated incident, family. They dealing with it. Everybody, they know who did it. Like I said, they got cameras, family. They got video footage of the person who did that shit. They already know who did it. But if they don't tell us who did it, then that's going to make people want to go shoot people, because they looking at your video and your opinion. You telling them this and that. And they already on the news talking about it was gang related when it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, family, and I could be wrong. It was a real estate play. If Nipsey Hussle kept doing what, let me tell you the long-term effects of what Nipsey Hussle, his actions was doing. Nipsey Hussle was making other rappers look stupid. Nipsey Hussle was opening up businesses in the hood that he grew up in. Nipsey Hussle was buying houses in the hood that he grew up in. Nipsey Hussle is helping businesses in the hood that he grew up in, all over South Central. Nipsey Hussle was investing back in the black community. Nipsey Hussle has a banner on the wall of the Crenshaw Boulevard Hills Mall. He's making other rappers look bad. So what does other rappers and other entertainers do? Other influencers do? Now it's competitive. Nipsey Hussle's no longer rapping about Bentleys and Ferraris no more. Nipsey Hussle was bragging about how he donated money to this school. Nipsey Hussle was bragging about how he creating jobs in the community that he grew up in. Oh, that opens the door for other rappers to say, well, let me go back to my hood and help my homeboys out and open some businesses in my hood. They can't allow that shit to happen, family. You gonna buy the black back? You can do that shit over there in Detroit. You can do that shit in Alabama. You can't come in the most expensive neighborhood in America with the best weather in the country and say you gonna buy the fucking block back. Are you kidding me? They spending a lot of money because Google and Tesla and Facebook and Instagram, all these companies want to move here. They all want to live out here. It was a power play, family. It was a real estate power play. If Nipsey Hussle was successful, black folks would not move out of fucking LA, or houses would have jumped up to $4 and $5 million. Y'all hear what I just said? So Nipsey Hussle said, if they kill me for doing this documentary about Dr. Sebi, y'all ride for me. So let me break that shit down. What does ride for me mean to me? Y'all ride for Nipsey Hussle and go buy all the fucking real estate in LA in the middle of black communities that y'all can. Y'all ride for Nipsey Hussle and go finish his work by starting black businesses in all the black communities and giving jobs to all your friends. Follow his recipe. I heard the brother say, I challenge you to listen to my recent music. He said, I challenge you to listen to my recent music, meaning I woke up now. I'm on buy some shit. Just like when Martin Luther King woke up. He said, oh, I realized I put my family in the burning bush or some shit like that. That's when they assassinated his ass. So all of a sudden, Nipsey Hussle, he realized he made mistakes in his music. Now he switched the channel and he started going hard, helping out the community, family. Nipsey Hussle went hard. And I challenge other rappers to this day to go back into the community and help. You ain't got to go sit and hang out and run the shit for yourself. All you got to do is start financing businesses and helping black people to start businesses. Give them money to start businesses and open up businesses and create jobs in our community. We got enough billionaires. We got enough millionaires, family. $1 million can do some damage in this community. All these black celebrities, I challenge y'all to start buying up them buildings up and down Crenshaw. I challenge y'all to start buying up all them houses in Lamert Park, in View Park, California, in all them black communities all over America. I challenge y'all to do that shit. Y'all got the money, so turn around and open the door. Come back into the black community and start investing in the black community like Nipsey Hussle was going to do. So ride for Nipsey Hussle and go out and start financing black businesses. When you see someone that said, hey, I'm trying to start a homeschool so we can educate our own black children, finance them, give them the money. You see what I'm saying? I challenge y'all to do that. All y'all Facebook people, put your money together and start opening businesses. I challenge y'all to do that. So y'all need some help. Y'all know I'm here for that. TJ's Wealth Academy, ThomasTJLofton.com. Go to the website and check it out, family. I appreciate y'all, family. I'm about to get off here before I go hoarse. How you doing, Queen? All right, family, I'm out. I appreciate y'all. So anyway, yes, in my opinion, again, I could be wrong. That was a real estate play. That was going to protect this area for the people who trying to move into this area, family. So what does that mean for y'all? How can y'all monetize that right there? They showed you how bad they want that real estate. So come on in and buy that shit up, family, and you'll be multi-millionaire. Buy your house in LA. Buy your house up Crenshaw. Buy the real estate up Slauson. Buy the real estate in all these black communities. And that is going to be one of the biggest turnovers financially. Is why I wrote the book, family. That is why I wrote this book, to give y'all some game so you'll know. That's why I got ThomasTJLofton.com. That's why I got TJ's Wealth Academy, family. And I give y'all the game because I know it. And you'll see I've coached Dr. Sabi. I've coached athletes and football players and sports, all kind of people, family. I know where the money is at and how to make the money. That's why Dr. Sabi said, you're going to be a speaker and you're going to travel the world and teach people the game. So, yes, you're going to see my face pop up a lot because I was one of the people who coached Dr. Sabi, and he's the person that Nipsey Hussle was making that documentary about, family. So hear what I say and know that Nipsey Hussle and Dr. Sabi want y'all to start businesses, family. You're going to hear Nipsey Hussle said the same thing that Dr. Sabi said. Start some businesses, family. Buy these houses in these black communities. Buy these commercial buildings. Commercial buildings are very important, family. If you buy the commercial buildings, you can open the door for the black business owners, family. We need y'all, black celebrities or black people who got money, which a lot of black people whose real estate have skyrocketed, got a lot of money right now, family. So we need y'all to start buying up the commercial buildings all around America that you can on Crenshaw Boulevard and all the rest of these black neighborhoods, because black businesses are being priced out, family, because they can't afford to pay the rent. Y'all hear what I'm saying? They raising the rent on all these black businesses all around the country, and they wiping them out, family. This is why I wrote the book, so we can jump ahead of the game and start buying the commercial buildings, family, like Nipsey Hussle did. He said, I bought that building in my hood. Now I own it. Now I rent to that dude that used to kick us out the parking lot all the time. Buy the buildings, family. You will save our people from running them out of business, family. Invest in these black people, family. Invest in these black communities, because that's where the money is at. Black communities is the best real estate all around the country, family. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm out of here. Peace. Share this video, ThomasTJLofton.com. Reach out to me, holler at me.